Show only on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM.
hours 20 in Guyana and right across the Eastern Caribbean. Good evening to you. Namaste and welcome to this, your Friday edition of the Glenn Lall Show on Kaieteur Radio, the radio with a difference. Tonight, Mr. Lall will make his presentation this Friday, and as you know, we give brief presentation on Fridays because it's no longer parties, but rest time. Mr. Lall, over to you. The floor is now yours. Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste, Guyana. Namaste, guys. It's Friday, Josh?
Yes.
You said?
It is.
All the time I'm thinking why am I thinking it's Monday? It's because the doctor advises me.
To rest.
Says rest, no drinking. So I gotta stick with no drinking syndromes. Miss Harris?
Yes, sir.
Mr. George? Mr. Bernard? Yes, sir. You guys know the government raised the licensing fees for the doctors?
No, we didn't.
Yes. They raised the licensing fees for doctors. And some doctors called Kaieteur News to complain about this increase. 50% increase. Sounds high, eh? Sounds like a big thing. 50% increase on the doctors' licensing fees. When I asked the reporter to share the story with us this afternoon, we had to all laugh when we heard the details of it. Guess how much money all these doctors used to pay for their license every year? Can anybody tell me? 10,000 Guyana dollar.
They charge one patient more than that.
10,000 Guyana dollar. Not US, you know, man. Guyana dollar. You gotta hear this one, man. The 10,000 works out to 28 Guyana dollar a day.
A year.
So from December 1st, them got to start paying a $5,000 more, which is a 50% increase. That takes it from 10,000 to 15,000 Guyana dollar a year. You know that is how much? 41 Guyana dollar a day. 41 Guyana dollars a day, and these people got the nerve to call and complain. You ever see a poor doctor in this country, man?
No, sir. You see the vehicle,
Huh?
right?
Look at where they live, how they live. Look at the vehicles they drive, and you will see the kind of money these people make. Man, before you even see the doctor, you gotta hand over a $5,000 consultation fees alone. Yes, that's just to go into the office.
Just sit down. for them to tell you what's wrong with you, you know, and then they would ask you what hot in you. Yes, $5,000 just for that. Mr. George, you can imagine how many patients them doctors they see a day. You got an idea?
Diagnose your patient wrong just to keep the business going.
Holidays, Christmas Day, any day they open, man. They're ready to collect your money and charge you for a couple of tablets, and then they send you home. Last Sunday, before I got to the hospital, I went to one of them, and he was sleeping. His mom said, "Sorry, I can't wake him up, but you can come back at 11 a.m. So I didn't take any chance. I went straight to the hospital. Man, uncle, in 1 hour, they can make enough money to pay the license fee for a whole year, plus buy a lunch for the the clerk they got in the office. And these people got enough to come and call the newspaper company to complain. That 50% increase they can't handle. What a Guyana you live in, man. And it's still Friday. Is today Friday? Yes, Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Wednesday night I said, don't be surprised if you see ExxonMobil jump on or jump in to help out the Dharamsala, the old people home in Albaistown. Because I said that is the kind of few cents they throw in or they throw there here and there to get into the public minds and hearts. They brand their names this way. You know what they do? They go there, they take over, and they get this big photo splash in all the newspapers. ExxonMobil doing this and ExxonMobil doing that. Yes. They showcase that, man. They showcase how kind, caring, and loving they are to the people. They did it all over the world, you know. One African scholar puts it beautifully when she said, when one hand give under the flashing lights of the camera, the other takes in the shadows. In Guyana case, them just take it in the darkest of nights. This is what the scholar says. It's $1 million marketing campaign in your country. Before we find Isle George, ExxonMobil name was nowhere in Guyana. As soon as we find oil, they start sponsoring cricket, football, hockey, and khaki, and got the whole country jumping for joy with that few pennies in which they will take out 50 times from your oil money while you're sleeping. This is how they operate, my friend. This morning, one of my ex-employees called me to tell me how ExxonMobil sponsor the Christmas tree located at Rahaman's Torn. I had my people call around only to find out that Mr. Rahaman, the government, and ExxonMobil are the three sponsors of the Christmas tree. A Christmas tree, if me a lie, worth less than 10,000 US dollar. I don't know how much the government put, or how much Mr. Rahaman put, or how much ExxonMobil put. But ExxonMobil name stuck out, the biggest at the bottom of the tree. When you pass on the East Bank, you could check it for yourself, man. It's in the center of the road by Rahaman's. Every year it is be there. Every year presidents used to go when they're lighting up the Christmas tree. But for the last 2 years or so, I didn't see any president go around. I don't know if they're afraid of COVID or what. But I could only assume Exxon them put more money because them name, they're big and bold. I can only assume that. Or maybe they put in the less, and Rahaman and the government allow them to put them name bigger than the government of Guyana and Rahaman. Just a few minutes ago, I am told they had a big war with that same ExxonMobil name on the Christmas tree. Because it looked like ExxonMobil put $500 and Rahaman and the government put in $9,500. These people just want their name to be seen and known everywhere, guys. Don't be surprised. Guyana gets a bill for $10 million US for a Christmas tree by year end. Yes, because remember, every cent these people spend comes out of your oil. Man, that would be a beautiful Christmas gift for Guyana if they take out 10 million US for a Christmas tree. But guess what, Guyana? Guess who was present at the lighting up of the tree, ExxonMobil and the US ambassador and the headmaster for minister in the oil industry. Hey, ta-da! Food for thought. And these clowns we have here in this country will never be able to understand the way business works in this world. You think anybody does give anything for free? Yes, sir? You know anybody who give anything for free?
No, not
Thank you. I tell one of my staff the other day, don't carry home money in the house. See if your mother and your father will continue to feed you in that house. Not even when you're spending somebody else's money, you just give it away for free. Not true, Bernard?
definitely.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not even if you're spending somebody else's money, you just give it away for free.
Of course not.
You just have to get back something when you give out that something. Every contract they do, everything they build, there is something for somebody in it. And it's not me and you, uncle and auntie. Anybody who can prove me wrong on that, I'll give them Kaieteur News. I'll give all of you tomorrow morning Kaieteur News. But I didn't say namaste, and I did not say namaste, and I did not remind you all that today is Friday. You'll give anything for free? George, you know anybody getting about free?
Depends upon the situation.
Oh,
Business people.
y'all know when Jack Day announced the Barbie's Bridge was the greatest thing that could ever happen for the Bobbians. They were jumping for joy all over. Even in New York, Canada, England, Suriname, they were jumping up and saying Jack Day was a good man. Jack Day was the best man. See, he go in and give us a bridge. Quick time we gonna meet to GT, and quick time are we gonna meet back to Barbies. All Guyana at one time was happy because it was a great initiative. What the people didn't know was that he was designing the project to benefit only a few private people financially, with little or no information shared with the public. It ended up now with the way it was designed to pay only the private people, not we the citizens who put in the bulk of the money. And if the bridge doesn't make enough money to pay the private people, uncle, me and you tax dollars got to come out to pay them every year. Yes, that is business. Yes, only for private people. Let me repeat, only for private people. The Marriott Hotel also was built with no kind of information to the Guyanese people. Guyana learned about that Marriott Hotel from a Grenadian newspaper, not from Jagdeo, not from the opposition, not from anybody. It was built, and at one time it could not even pay the light bill on the hotel. Me and you had to foot that bill, and also foot the bill to pay the private people in that hotel at one time when it was not making a single cent. This is all factual. Like the Barbie's Bridge, if that hotel doesn't make enough money to pay the bills, including the secret private investors, me and you tax dollars got to come out again to pay them every year. Let's move on. Jagdeo now resurrected Amelia Falls, which he wanted to push down the throat since 2005. He resurrected now with the same Chinese company who was to build it back then. Them is building it now. And guess what they are telling us? The Chinese will own it, build it, and run it. Just like the Barbie's Bridge. and then we'll supply we electricity. Whether we use the electricity, whether we drink it or we dump it, we have to pay for it. Jagdev is going to guarantee a payment to the Chinese of 112 million US dollar every year for the next 20 years. That's another Ponzi scheme in the making. Yes, on all of us. With a third of that money, Mr. George and Mr. Bernard, Guyana can fix its electricity problems for 50 generations to come. You notice, they mean said this is a private and public project, like the Marriott Hotel and the Barbie's Bridge. Yeah, man, they didn't say that. They say it's a Chinese people alone gonna own it. And how the government gonna guarantee them their money. This is just a twist along another trick them trying to pull on us all over again. Let me ask this. Why me can't put a couple dollar and be in the air? Why you can't put a couple dollar to collect part of that guarantee? 112 million US a year. Anybody reading through the line? You guys reading through this third project?
Oh, yes.
Huh?
Oh, yes.
This Chinese man project? They want us to believe that. But let me move to the next one. Now they announce the new Demerara Harbour Bridge. This one, short of all the information one can think about. They ain't got no design to show us. No EIA. Not even a picture to show you what you gonna look like. Hey, you hear that? This is the new Demerara Harbour Bridge we talk about. If you all forget. Nothing let me have to show you. At least the CJIA, the milking cow. Ponzi scheme. They had couple designs what they show Guyana. What the airport's supposed to look like when they finish. It was very sophisticated, fancy and classy. You can go online and see it, it's there. What I give you here today is an old hagar out, dead crapo for airport. And they don't spend money on it yet. But let me go back to the new Demerara Harbour Bridge, man. They said this one will cost 256 million American dollars. And it's designed the same way like the Barbie's Bridge. Just like the Amelia Falls Hydro Project. The Chinese money. The Chinese guaranteed money on it. That's how they're designing this Demerara Harbour Bridge. And the PPP telling us the people gonna build them, own them, and we just gotta pay for cross them. How much are you gonna pay to cross? And the money gonna go to who? Man, the money said the Chinese. Only the Chinese they say you're gonna pay to. Isn't this a beautiful country, Ms. Harris? You bringing a Chinese man to sell we electricity. Now you bring in another Chinese man to sell we toll in we own country and want us to believe we paying the Chinese man for electricity and toll. Thank you. Have a nice day, guys. Ponzi scheme will never done in this land. Is every night some of these leaders don't sleep. They just sit around dining tables plotting and scheming how to rob all of us every cent. Let me move to the next one. The Barbie's Bridge, Marriott Hotel, Amelia Falls Hydroelectricity, the new Demerara Harbour Bridge, and guess what? Don't forget the gas to shore project what Jagdev done announced. This one started out with the coalition. It started out between 4 and 500 million US. Man, George, you gotta listen to me carefully, you know, man. This one started off at 4 to 500 million US. David Patterson said so. When Jagdeo took over, it climbed like a mountain goat to 900 million US. You know hear that, man? Yeah, man.
That's double.
Patterson said it's the same company that give him 4 to 500 million US and included the LPG gas plant. It changed overnight. How come, Uncle? How come, Mr. George?
Wow.
How come this thing changed when Jagdeo took over overnight? Wow. You hear the kind of money these people changing overnight? 500 million US dollar. And you ain't even twinkle your eyes. Much as if you do twinkle your eyes. How much you gonna change to? I love Guyana. Again, little or no information on this mega project is being shared to this nation. Jagdeo held a press conference. I remember talking about this thing many times, man. And invited the entire media, including the media bosses, to give us a brief on the same project. And before the briefing, before the briefing start, he tell all the media people not to record the proceedings. Man, can you imagine? An ex-president, Bharat Jagdeo, now the vice president of Guyana, running this $1 trillion US oil sector, holding a press conference to brief the press on a gas to shore project. On a gas to shore project. So that the press can brief the Guyanese people on this largest single project for this country. This country would ever see, Uncle. And them telling we not to record the discussion. Eh? You could believe this thing? The biggest single project for this country. These guys telling you not to record them. You guys reading through the lines? It was right there that I get up and walk out after listening to the trickery, the dirty games he and Brasington was playing during the so-called press briefing on that project. He had Winston Brasington, who is heading the project, make a little presentation. And them had a white man showing 1 and 2 slides of a gas plant, how to connect and wind up pipes. You're laughing. You have to be there to see this trick, this trickery and nonsense they were pulling on us. Yes. Brasington announced that he was a consultant. Then they had a lady from the Ministry of Housing, I'm trying to remember her name, showing a slide with some photographs of Caneland at Wales, telling us how she going to put aside some 10,000 acres of the gas plant. And that is the briefing they're giving us on the biggest project in Guyana, Uncle. Yeah, man. That's the kind of briefing that people give us. As for the questions, you have to hear the answers yourselves. But as I tell y'all, they didn't want me to record it. Guys, this is another Ponzi scheme in the making on all of us. I love this country called Guyana. I love it. He did promise after to hold another press conference to give us a full briefing on this project. You want to hear him yourself? You got a tape?
Yes.
Yes. He did promise. He did. The oil industry, guys, I want you to just hear him yourself. And he did this, and months pass. Months pass. The oil industry might disappear. Some of them might disappear. And you will not get a press conference on this new Ponzi scheme. Just play the tape for me, man.
So at some point in time, maybe again with editors, we can go through the viability of each of these projects and how studied they have been, and to show that we can that they are justified.
You guys heard him?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Loud and clear.
Like I said, half year done. Since he promised the second meeting with the editors to show us the viability of these projects and how studied they have been, and to show that they are justified. I played him before and talked about how happy we would be to sit with him. I did play him and I said how happy we would be. Man, uncle and auntie, this will never happen. If he do sit down with editors and owners, he would select the usual comics and critic he chooses to sit with whenever he wants to present the con trick or the next heist. That's who he would sit down with. I dare him to come on this station or sit right there and talk to us through the station. Yes, and let us go through these projects. Anybody betting? He would never.
Never happen.
It will not happen. Never.
Never.
Impossible. You know, I even begged them. I said, man, if you can't come, you don't want to come. I just send people who I think can defend you. Send the morons.
Send the guru.
The guru or the comics y'all have. Send them to defend it.
Send your best people.
But they wouldn't come. Guys, can I drink some water, man? When you look back at these things, you know, when you look back at these things, when you listen back to them, how deceitful, right? How conniving, how sometimes you just can't find words to describe these camps.
The president and vice president of a country. The president and vice president.
Yeah, man.
And they behave like that.
They're not behave, it's not a behavior. That's who they are. You know, President Ali and Ashley Singh went to ExxonMobil last week and tell the farmers, don't worry, gas to show project will ease their worries. We'll give them cheap fertilizer. That's how they're selling the project, man, to the ordinary people. They're not meeting the people to tell us whether Guyana, whether this project will benefit or be successful for Guyana. No. No. That is not in their game plan at all. These projects is to be successful for the private people they're pushing in there. All you're hearing about these projects, it will be just like both bridges, the Berbice Bridge and the New Demerara Harbour Bridge, the Marriott Hotel, the Amelia Falls Hydro, all of them, man. Whether the project win or lose, Guyana, our tax dollars is guaranteeing the private people investments throughout the life of these projects. This is what I want to sink in. I want to sink in your head and never forget it. These projects are being designed to fill only the private people pocket, not Guyana, who is putting in the bulk or the hog of the cash. Those are investments that every single human being on earth should be part of. You know what it is to have your money secured, being guaranteed by the government? Bernard, you know? Huh?
You can't lose, that's for sure.
You can never, ever, ever lose. You and your grandchildren would never lose for generations to come. You can have your money at the bank, and the bank can disappear. You hear me? And you can get conned by the bank. People lose money all over the world during the recession. Many financial institutions went out of business and people lose their cash. But governments, uncle, never go out of business. So they would always have cash to pay. Down to your grandchildren, money is guaranteed with these type of arrangements, uncle. That is how Jack Dale, securing people's money more than the bank, and they want us to believe is strangers' investments. Them are secure. They want us to believe it's Chinese people. My gosh, my Lord, if the Berbice Bridge didn't design the way it did, we would have never knew that Jack Dale's best friend Ramu was the single largest private shareholder in the Berbice Bridge. I wonder if he's one of the secret private investor in the Marriott Hotel. I'm just asking question. What you think? I'm just asking. Or I wonder if he name gonna be in the Amelia Falls Hydro project, and the gas to shore project, and the new Demerara Harbour Bridge. Just questions asking, man. Is what y'all think?
Very smart, you know the answer.
Huh? Is what y'all think, man. Have a nice day. Have a nice day tomorrow and a nice weekend. I go in the hospital Sunday, last week Sunday, and the doctor said take it light. The following Saturday, I come out, and the first news item I read, uncle, it nearly sent me back in the hospital. And y'all remember the Guyanese who was awarded the Kaieteur Block? His name is Ryan Pereira. He is one of the two people who get the Kaieteur oil block free from Ramotar and Robert Prasad. Well, of course, Ramotar said he was guided by Robert Prasad, the minister at the time, and GGMC. And once them said it's okay, he just stroke the pen. Well, this man, Ryan Pereira, yes, is now setting the stage to do more business in the oil industry. Yes, here in Guyana. He's now moving into the insurance business. Man, is everything some people want for themselves. They ain't giving nobody a chance. You understand? The Kaieteur oil block isn't enough. You hear me? Them got to get more. How much is enough in this life? Don't ask me, Bernard. I don't know them question that. Mr. Judge, you're asking me too much a hard question, man. How much is enough? I don't know.
It will be too late when the big
Yeah.
eyes are open.
Yeah.
You see the circle of the money.
We are looking, and I will be reporting. Auntie, you guys don't know. Uncle, you guys haven't a clue what is going on in this country with these oil blocks. Every one of them can lift this country out of poverty completely before you open your eyes in the morning. Before you finish saying your prayers, if you do say prayers, to one of the best countries on earth. Yes, man. That's the kind of wealth, that's the kind of money these oil blocks worth. Guyana could have gotten no less than $1 billion American signing bonus alone on the Kaieteur Block, plus production bonus and many other signing bonuses. Up front, all this money could have come up front. ExxonMobil is the man who said the Kaieteur Block, them done suss out 2.1 billion barrels. Yeah, man, of crude. You hear me? 2.1 billion in the Kaieteur Block alone,
Times $60.
Yeah, man. You guys know that is not a correct figure. It might be 10 times that amount. Exxon will tell you the truth. Come on, man. No. You'd never get one word truth out of ExxonMobil. And Jack Deoto, he doesn't tell truth. And he has not been telling us the truth since he took office. I'm telling you, man, 27 years that they're in the business. Never tell the truth. Yes. He just like ExxonMobil. We call him 2 peas in a pond?
He's in the park.
To the pot, okay. But let's stick with the $2.1 billion for now. And if me and you were to get half of that, of course we got 50-50 profit sharing, right? If we should get that, you're talking about $80 billion US dollar. We would have, man, with $80 billion US dollar. We didn't run past Dubai, man, a trillion times. I tell the staff today in the meeting, I asked them if they have an understanding what is 80 billion American dollars. We can pay out the whole region debts, everybody. Because Guyana got 3, Trinidad got 8, Jamaica got couple. We pay out all that and lift this whole Caribbean into riches with 80 billion American dollars. On the Kaieteur Block alone, what is Guyanese and another man get?
For free.
Yeah, for free. Yeah, man. That's the kind of money this country got. I tell the staff, I say, guys, this is only the Kaieteur Block alone. Me not talk about Stabroek Block at all. Me not talk about none other block at all. Just Stabroek, just this one Kaieteur Block that I give away for free. Of course, I'll give out for free. But we're just sticking with one. So not to confuse people, buddy. Just one. That's the kind of money we got. Man, I don't even want to repeat it. Had we gotten half of the money, we would have been Dubai.
Still can.
This nation would be the richest
Yeah.
on earth.
You still can.
But that's the kind of wealth we have here. You understand? But we will remain a donkey cart economy. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what they're making Guyana into, man. And left us with donkey carts. Telling the people them, well, we will give them, Miss Harris, fertilizer. Yes.
When?
Fertilizer.
Fertilizer.
For plant rice.
Like we don't like billions.
Yes.
We don't want billions. We want fertilizer.
We don't know about billions. We know about fertilizer.
Yeah.
You want a president that will tell people about fertilizer in this day and age with the money we have. And then them talking about 7%. Man, 7% when I think about this thing, like I want to go back to the hospital. When you just think about 7% Guyana dollar increase, them will give the entire public servants. Man, this is real money we got out there, buddy. Real American dollars. This money can transform Guyana into the leading country on earth, on planet Earth. And like I said, I ain't touched the other oil blocks yet. And I ain't even touched the gold with diamond, with bauxite or nothing. This is just the Kaieteur Block alone. If you get a little part of the Stabroek Block, oh my gosh, I don't know. I don't know what will happen to Guyana, bro. we would be flying on money. But you got leaders talking about fertilizer for plant rice. Whew. We reported in the Kaieteur News last Sunday how Ryan Pereira has linked with a TNT insurance company to supply insurance services to Guyana. The same man that get the Isle Block. That's when I read the story, I wanted to go back in the hospital. You guys notice what's going on in this land?
The select few.
Them will come to insure the Isle Blocks. Them going to insure everything, including themselves. And you know who going to be paying for these insurance? Huh? Those money are coming out from your oil. Every barrel of oil. Yes, me and you paying out of our share. As well as these people are putting themselves in place to grab up. Are you know about any other thing? It's everything these people grabbing up for themselves, you know. I tell you, while you're sleeping, these people planning. While you sleeping in your bed, while you moping, hoping and praying for another 7%, them chaps is a hustle for rob you. 700 million%. I love Guyana. I love the Pereira family. And I love the people who give the Pereira family Isle Block too.
Free.
Yes, free.
They claim.
Me love all of them. Robert Prasad is one of them. Because Donald said he acted on at the advice of GGMC and Robert Prasad. When he signed away both Isle Blocks, you know, Kaieteur and the Kanji. But remember, I'm not talking about Kanji yet. Tonight, Kanji and in my mouth. And guess when I give it away? Days before the 2015 election. Uncle, when I came to work this morning, I smiled when I read the Kaieteur News. Guess what I saw, Bernard? The agriculture minister done announced that Skeldon plant would have to get insurance. Today newspaper, man, Kaieteur News. Skeldon plant got to get insurance. When I read the story, man, I really want to crack up. You know who they're setting the stage to give that insurance policy to? Me ain't talking name. Me ain't calling name at all. You guys think about it, man. You think about it. A man setting up, done with Isle Block. Sell out the Isle Block. Wait, it's where I'll get from the Isle Block, though. Ho ho. Then a man come in and set up insurance company in Guyana. And suddenly the Minister of Agriculture said, well, of course, the man ain't gonna say it by himself. He was instructed to say, well, the Skeldon plant got to get insurance now. In case he burned down, you know, we owe the Chinese. I love this country. I love this country. Is who will get the insurance? Kaieteur News? Or a Pereira insurance company? May I ask? You guys, can you ask yourself why all of a sudden, after years in operation, Skeldon plant now need insurance? Man, Bernard, what really going on in this country, man? Huh?
Maybe you might get one sick. You might get one sick to the insurance.
Uncle, y'all have a good night, man. Good night, good night. That is food for thought. Or food for you eat, uncle. If a man get an Isle Block worth billions of US dollars, then what is an insurance policy?
I wonder if me and you can open an insurance company too.
I can donate 1,000. Like,
Huh? We can get anything to insure? Yeah, I got anything to insure if me and couple begin an insurance company, guys?
I get 1,000 to invest in insurance company.
Oh. Insurance payments. You know, Bernard, insurance payments is coming out from the oil. And although it's coming out from the oil, they still, ExxonMobil still don't want to give us full cover insurance.
You guys got anything to profit?
No. You really got that will really cost them in their pocket. Right? And that might cost all the oil money out here. But they don't want to take that chance. They're gonna throw it on us. Or maybe that same that $2 billion what Jack Davis say he looking for ExxonMobil to acknowledge. I wonder if Pereira Company gonna take up the acknowledgement.
1,000 get they do, they will.
After all, you know, it's 2 billion barrel. They said they're finding the Kaieteur Block. And Jack Day was asking for up to 2 billion on the Stabroek block for insurance. I don't know, man. My mind was only clicking on 2. And 7% tonight.
Like a 2% royalty.
Yes. Yeah, 2% royalty, 2 billion here, 2 billion insurance. Man, it's what's going on in this land. I only hope you guys are reading through the line. Today again I read a very interesting story with the former finance minister Winston Jordan. Remember, tell you all how he used the loophole in the law and allow ExxonMobil to keep the oil blocks rather than give back the rightful amount at the rightful time. Yeah, man, that's the man. Well, I see he finds himself in hot water. Not for the oil blocks, but for allegations relating to irregular transactions of public funds and state properties estimated to value billions of dollars. I smile. When Soku officer arrested him yesterday, the first transaction he was interviewed on had to do with the Guyana Rice Development Board Wharf, GRDB Wharf. That was in the hands of BK Marines Limited. Jordan, according to the reports, sold BK the wharf for 110 million Guyana dollar, which is $500,000 US. A wharf that worth approximately over 40 million US. Jordan sell them for $500,000. Ta-da, ta-da-ta.
Financial gurus.
Dun, ta-da-da-da. The investigators found out only 10% of the $500,000 was paid out. And BK was given title to the $40 million property. Guys, the 10% paid out is only 100,000 US dollar. 100,000 on a $40 million US. The people went on to say, strange enough, that the vesting order stated that the property is being sold free from encumbrances and liabilities, and no further sum of money is owed by the purchaser. Gosh, when you read these things, your stomach wants to come out.
How we kind of deal with it?
Transport was passed, and strangely, the value stated on the transport is 2 million US. You hear me, man? The transport said $2 million.
But you only pay 100,000.
Right? And you only pay $100,000.
Nice.
And get transport in the
How
name.
we kind of
And saying that you don't owe nothing else. Oh my. Further to that, the agreement of sale states that title must only pass upon full payment of that money. Man, can somebody find me a deal like this, man?
That's why I ask you.
Let me, Bernard and Miss Harris go sit down and just stop work.
Yes, you
Huh?
can be like that.
Retirement.
Huh? Uncle and auntie, the investigators found out that a smaller wharf, well, investigators have found out that, I know that, some smaller wharf right on the East Bank are sell for 17, 20 and 30 million US dollar. You hear me? And the biggest wharf that Guyana owned sell out for $100,000. I love this country, and I love Winston Jordan them too. Yeah, man. Whew. Wheeling and dealing. Man, they're wheeling and dealing with every piece of it in this land. This transaction was done not when the coalition was legitimately in office, but when they were in a caretaker mode. And guess what, Mr. George? You got to hear this one. The transaction was done days before they come out of office. Does that ring a bell? It's days before the PPP come out of office. Robert Prasad and GGMC tell Donald Ramotar, everything okay with the oil blocks. Sign it off. Dun, da, 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 da. Dun, da, 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 da. Dun, da, 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 da. Da, da, dun, da, da, dun. I love this country, man. Days before election, things happen in this land. I wonder what has got through their heads. Huh? They believe all this thing are hide under the carpet. And from the time you spring up, charges coming. Man, you guys got to hear what them lawyers had to say. You got to hear what the lawyers got to say. Oh my God. They move one of the lawyer who represented Jordan. He said the charge is politically motivated. This is simply another oppressive act, according to Ford, one of the lawyers.
Is the member of the PNC?
Yeah. Another lawyer telling the newspaper yesterday outside Soku office, right? He named Wade. He said this is just another ploy to embarrass a black man. This is what they going on with. Then the opposition leader, Joseph Harmon, suddenly find he tongue. And a long breath because he talk much. He didn't have breath and tongue to speak on people's hungry bellies and our oil assets. We gold assets, we diamond and so on. When they were giving away to the foreigners. But he find a deep breath to talk on a little wharf. He said the PPP is bent on harassing and tormenting the lives of coalition members and supporters. You hear that? Those are the words of Joseph Harmon. Yes, in a statement he put out. In that same statement Harmon put out, he said it is a clear case of abuse of power by the state in an attempt to silence those who speak, those who seek to oppose them. It's Christmas, right? Yes, it's Christmas. And I used to know that song. Ho, ho, ho! But I forget it.
Are they opposing the government in the oil contracts?
Expose who? Who the opposition exposing now? Or when last did they expose anything? 5 years them been in office. Let me ask you, who or what they exposed during the 23 years of PPP rule? The only thing, Mr. George, readily comes to mind is the Kaieteur and Kanji oil block. They put Sarah to investigate, headed by Clive Thomas, a man who make me hand fall. I used to got respect for him. Yeah, man. No, not anymore. Not anymore. While that investigation was going on, the key man responsible for giving the oil blocks away was living outside Guyana. Y'all know who was another key man that responsible for hundreds of transactions in this country that went away from Guyana after the PPP lose? Yes, Mr. Winston Brassington. Yeah, man. Both Robert Prasad and Winston Brassington used to live overseas as soon as the 2050 election finish. As soon as they win back. Man, these people are sitting back in higher offices. Harmon and Uncle Granger and Clive Thomas should tell us where the oil blocks investigation is. One of the oil blocks owner is opening an insurance company, Mr. Harmon. Ho, ho, ho. You better watch. You better watch he don't insure the PNC party with you at the helm. And you don't know. Ho, ho, ho. Harmon said he and his party going to stand behind Winston Jordan because he was a distinguished minister. Well, y'all going to hear more about this distinguished minister, what he and the others did. Because I didn't think it's the BK Wharf transaction alone. There is many more transactions to come out.
Yes.
I hope I can sing some Christmas carols for your Christmas. I must tell you before I go. After they were transferring him, Jordan, from Soku office to Sparanam lockups, he complained he wasn't feeling well. His blood pressure and sugar was high. They subsequently sent him home to return this morning. He went to the doctor, and this afternoon I'm told he got a 5 days sick leave. So he home resting. According to one of my staff, he get a free pass from the jail this weekend. I am certain what will happen next weekend. This country full of comics, morons, clowns and comedians. You know, Bernard, this life is funny. Jagdeo best friend Bobby Ramu took over the whole of GPC. You hear me? The factory and everything for next to nothing. The same Ramu get the whole Sonata complex were worth over $40 million US. Just like the war for they say what $40 million US. Today it worth more. Today it worth more than that. And again, you get them for next to nothing. Plus he was given the chunk of the drugs contract for donkey years in this land. Harmon and Winston Jordan didn't see it fit to go in and investigate that. It good for you. It good for you what we going through today. Talking about Winston Jordan. Is when is Christmas again?
25th December.
Yes. 30th of December? Yeah, good. You remind me because I got to celebrate Christmas 30th of December. Or is next week, man?
Anytime you want it.
Please, dear, don't forget, I got to get a quarter bottle vodka for Christmas Day. The doctor said I can't drink till Christmas Day. Adam Harris used to come by me every Christmas Day. This year he can't come. I don't want him to come. He working with a man named BK. I wonder if BK won't come. If BK come, I can't stop you, know, Josh. The man is my family. Ta-da! Me out. I got more time? All right. Let me give this quick one before we go. The Kaieteur News have reported how the coalition government give out a set of prime lands in Ogle to Tom, Dick, Harry, Joseph, Nandalal, Silal, not Glenlal. Sing, ding, Ford and board. Man, these guys give out these lands at Ogle, where the new Isle City will be, where the engine of Guyana will be grinding 24/7. That city will be the fairy tale city. And that is not my words. That is President Ali's description of it. He knows. I want to tell you guys that 10 years from now, you will see Little Manhattan, Tokyo, or Little Taipei in Taiwan right at Ogle. Guyanese would have to get a visa to go there. Mark my words. That's why those lands had to be given out during the caretaker mode. A matter of fact, when Kaieteur News break that story, people who see their names in the papers, they disassociate themselves from the transaction. Yeah, man. The owner of Windsor Estate was the first man to tell the press, my company is not part of that. And the man said, Danny Shaw did say, he applied for a housing project there. But what I see going on, I don't want no state land under these conditions, and bluntly refused to accept it. That's a man of class. And a few others joined him and refused to be part of such shady deal with the people of this country's assets. Me and you land, uncle and auntie. Yes, me and you land. All the land at Ogle, them siphon off and it gone with. I think the PPP is going after Jordan Faith there too. Although the Kaieteur News reported extensively on this grab of the people's wealth in this country, you know what the coalition did under David Granger and Joseph Harmon? These guys went ahead and gazetted those lands in people's names and companies. That's how bold and barefaced the coalition was with our assets. Man, you want to hear more or you want me to go home tonight? Huh? Some of the people them get the land without even paying off for the land. It's something similar to what Winston Jordan ended up here with BK Wharf. Transport got one thing and the sky got another thing. While the treasury got nothing for our prime wealth.
We the people got nothing.
Yes. And some of these people have the nerve to tell this nation, yes, the charges is politically motivated, is an act of oppression, is an act to belittle a black man. While Harmon saying PPP is bent on harassing and tormenting the lives of coalition members and supporters. Man, you guys gotta love these people in this country. This is the kind of people you have leading this land. Josh, you hear what I said?
Yes, I did.
Hmm?
Yes.
Not me, you know. You know, sometimes I detest some of these people when I see them, Josh, with a vengeance. I have said it, I think, once on this program. I may or may not be a leader here, but I'll be a leader up there to deal with them one by one, even if they go before me. I know I'll meet them up. And I'll deal with them. I'm told that the supply boats, Joshua, that's getting $11 million a day, work or no work, belong to some of these leaders. You know, because Trinidad paying $2 million, Suriname paying $2 million, but Guyana paying $11 million a day. And you know why they're not saying anything? It's because I am told that some leaders in this land own a couple of these boats.
Of course.
What a Guyana. What a Guyana. Josh, take some telephone calls now. Take some telephone calls. Because I'm thirsty.
You can call us this evening on 226-7453 or 226-7454, 622-2222. And for record's sake, you're listening to us on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM, the radio with a difference. Those telephone numbers.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Turn on this mic.
Yeah, Glenn. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Glenn, this $112 million what the government is guaranteed to pay the Chinese for the Amalia Falls. Just 3-year payment to be $336 million. That could give us a solar plant right in Georgetown here somewhere, right on East Bank, West Coast somewhere. For $300 million, we could have 300 megawatts of clean power that would take us to the Paris Agreement well before 2023, before 2025. Just 3 years. Another thing, Glenn, you got to respond to the boat. The headmaster said that critics who say the country will not benefit from oil production are uninformed and reckless. This fool thinks who the hell is this fool thinks he's talking to? We are getting 11% that could barely fix the roads and we are uninformed and reckless. I would like to inform you, Mr. Minister, Headmaster, you are the biggest fool. Brazil is getting 56%. Right? Suriname getting 62%. We are getting 11%. We are uninformed and reckless. We are very well informed. You are the one who's uninformed. And we are not reckless. You are reckless with the people's wealth. The oil belongs, I will let you know, the oil belongs to the people of Guyana, not you, Minister. Right? The oil belongs to the people of this country. And we will benefit.
Bernard, that headmaster is talking what Bharat Jagdeo wants him to say. All right? The leader is Bharat Jagdeo. He's heading the oil and gas sector. And what he tells these people are like chickens running around.
Clucking.
Right? And what he said, what he wants them to say, he will say. You ask him any question, that's what he will talk about.
Nobody asks him. He's not available.
No, well, I'm telling you, my company asks him questions, and he does not answer them. He chooses to answer what he wants to answer. And he answers questions only that benefits ExxonMobil.
Right,
not the nation.
1 second. We have a
As
call.
a matter of fact, tomorrow go ahead and take it.
Caller, good evening. Welcome. Go ahead with your remarks or question.
Yeah, hi. Good night. Am I on to Mr. Glenn Lall show?
Yes, you're live on the air, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to congratulate Mr. Glenn Lall for the good work that he's doing. Time is about to catch up with all these morons. Time is about to catch up with all these morons. They should check and see that as the new world order comes to a close, what is about to take place. So we have a good showdown coming here for Guyana, for the morons that oppressing in this land. You know, so I want to congratulate Mr. Glenn Lall. Let he continue to say what he got to say. Let divine use it to say what he got to say to skin up. These I can't find words to describe them, but they are in the creator hand to get a licking just now. It's just time. We right around the car now. They're sure right around the car now. Because what they're doing to this nation, what they are doing to the nation, and what the international gangsters are doing to this nation, so all of them are in the hand of the creator. They might get a clash with Russia just now. So tell Mr. Glenn Lall, keep up the good work. Let's keep it up. Let him just keep it up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Man. He's my friend.
Thank you.
And I got to come to show one is like again, but New World Order is about to catch up with the world. So you guys have a blessed afternoon.
You too.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have a question here from someone that says, when a Guyanese is granted a driver's license, there is a fee attached to same. With the many of licenses granted to ExxonMobil, are they paying any license fee for such a magnitude of operations?
Ouch. Ouch. That's a beautiful question. Licensing fees, you're right. Doctors paying licensing fee.
We pay licensing
we
fee here.
pay driver's license fee, a whole ton of fees. Everybody paying. I think they pay a minimal, nothing. Maybe they're paying a licensing fee, just like the doctors, $41 a day. I can find out and get back to that. That's a good question, though.
Yes.
That's a good question.
Caller, good evening and welcome.
Good night.
Good night.
I'd like to congratulate Mr. Glenn Lall for his wonderful showy
Thank you.
portraying. But I'd like to add a contribution to...
Yes, go right ahead. Go right ahead.
I think the businessmen in this country are controlling the politicians. The businessmen, when I say businessmen, some of the businessmen, I won't say all of them, but you know, because they got the line in the pocket of the politicians in this thing, both leaders and opposition. Yeah, that's what going on.
Hold for me. Hold. I think you got it upside down. It's not there's not a business people who have the politicians. It's the politicians who choose the business people. They want to dance the tune. They play. Right?
Okay, yes.
So business people, and every one of the business people would like to get into the pockets of the politicians. Every one of them. Down to the low life, the low end politicians. Everybody wants to be good with them.
Yes.
You're in a business making money, though, Glenn.
Yeah.
You can't vex with them.
Yes. All right.
Yes, I like the contribution you're making to the thing, and I just keep listening to the program, you know.
Thank you.
Thank you,
I like how
caller.
you expose them.
All right.
things.
Thank you.
Okay.
You guys have to stay abreast. You guys have to listen, because unless we get out into the streets and mash down this town and stop Exxon ourselves, the government and the opposition will not do it, because they are all in bed with the oil players, and it is evident. You can see it all parts of this world. People's power bring about every change.
Yes.
Not politicians.
Yes.
We step out there and march down those streets. You would run all of them.
Yes.
Run all of them. You would run Fanali. You would run Joseph Harmon and all of them in the bedroom. That's the power we have as a people, brother and sisters.
Yeah, because the
But we have to bind together. We have to stand together.
That's right.
And we have to walk together. You understand?
Yeah.
You see, you guys saw what Mahatma Gandhi did. You guys saw what Martin Luther King did.
Yeah.
You understand? Once we bind together and march together as a people, trust me, man. Trust me. ExxonMobil will love to jump.
That's right.
Jump and sit down in front of the table.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to, we will not even have to ask ExxonMobil to come on board or to renegotiate. They will beg you to renegotiate.
And we demanding 50%, no less.
That's right.
Right?
But according to the Constitution, we got to get constitution reform also. Because
Everything.
the Constitution, what they're using is the old Constitution 40 years ago, 40 something years ago is the old Constitution. And the Constitution is by the people, for the people, of the people, and against the people too.
We're carrying a story on Sunday.
Yeah.
If you get a chance, read Kaieteur News Sunday, the lead story Sunday.
Okay.
And you guys will get a full understanding
Yes.
of what will, what can, and what must happen in this country. I was supposed to take it since 2 days ago, but I keep telling them, no, keep it for Sunday. You gotta break it on Sunday.
That's the right day.
Yeah.
Sunday.
And then Monday night, I will speak on it.
Yes.
Right? So just in case you can't afford to buy it, or you can't go online and read it, Monday night I'll be discussing the entire story with you guys. A beautiful story. So don't miss Monday night.
Okay.
All right?
Yes,
You can buy
sir.
a quarter bottle if you're drinking. I can't drink. And wait for me.
All right.
All right.
Have a good night.
You too, sir.
Thanks for your contribution.
Caller, good evening and welcome.
Hi, good evening, everyone, and
Good
thank you
evening.
for taking my call.
Raise.
Does anyone know if the businessman that bribed the politician there a few weeks ago, if he was charged? Because I noticed immediately after that good cop refused the bribe, 3 people were charged right off the bat for bribing the police. So I was wondering if that politician, that businessman that bribed the politician, if he was charged.
What's the
Does anyone know?
Which story is that, sir?
I'm in the phase now.
A few days,
Yes, I'm in the
there's a
phase.
woman,
Oh,
a PPP.
Yeah, Marine.
I don't know.
Oh,
remember
I
the
got
name.
it. I
the
got
Umbrella
it.
Affairs PS.
Yes.
I got it. I got you. You're talking about the permanent secretary
I'm in the phase.
that got caught.
Right.
That got caught red-handed. Well, the DPP had to send back the file 4 or 5 times to the police, and we are told the file is sitting with the DPP. So this is what goes on in a third world country. Once you're elected leader, and you are a favorite to maybe the kings of the party, you cannot be charged. I'm going to follow up that story for you though. I'm not going to leave it out.
Yes, because it's not only about the politician, the people, the businessman that tried to bribe the politician, he should also be charged, just like those 3 people were immediately charged for attempting to bribe the police.
No, but wait. But in this case, when the PS demanded money, they went and report to the police.
Different story.
And this is a different story. This is how the police were called in, and a trap was set
By the police.
and the people.
It's a sting
So you can't. It's a sting operation. So you can't charge those
Can't
people.
charge the guy, the guy reported it.
You understand?
But that's not what I understood from the story initially.
No, well,
He
I
said
just-
that
well, I
he
just
was bribing
explained it.
this politician all along.
Well, I just explained it there to you. So could we move on?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. The next thing is,
Yes.
I'm wondering, in this day of technology, all the purchases that Exxon made, the oil expenses, why are these receipts not sent out duplicately? One to Exxon, one to the Guyanese government, so that they don't wait to have all these expenses lumped onto them at one time.
That's
As the purchases are made,
That's a beautiful
Receipts.
question. That's a beautiful question.
It's 50-50 partnership. You
Yes.
have to see you go now.
In a 50-50 partnership, I supposed to see
Yes.
every day what you spend.
that's right. So immediately, every copy that goes to Exxon, every receipt, should also go to the Guyanese government. Period. So they can work on it, so they have a better chance with that 2-year time period.
Well, Jagdeo is not
Next-
telling, Jagdeo and the headmaster minister we have ain't saying a single word on the oil sector.
Yes.
All you're hearing from them is Ponzi scheme projects.
That's right. But another thing is, I don't know if they have an auditing course at the University of Guyana, but that can be a course, and the students can earn points by looking after all these expenses as part of the curriculum. And the money that you would pay to auditors. I mean, they're professional auditors, yes, but these students can also do the groundwork and get credit for it, and some of that money can go to paying the university and making it better.
What are the Jenny Masi disappointing we can't do the audit? What are you talking about, man?
No, wait, hold.
Pardon?
Hold. That's a very nice and valid point you made there. You talk about training them at the university. Tomorrow we are carrying a story in which Ghana mandates the oil companies every year to get rid of expats and replace them with local Ghanaian, with the locals. That's in their contract. Meaning, we don't have to go to UG right now. the oil company should have been training our people, Guyanese, to replace their people.
That's right.
But instead, my friend, we are not hearing a word. All this thing that you talk about, we are not even hearing a word from Jagdeo or President Ali or your opposition leader Harmon.
Right.
So,
but what I was saying is it's better to do something than nothing, and it will help Guyanese students to be trained in auditing if the government incorporate these students as part of their curriculum to do some of this auditing.
Buddy, I just explained to you that we are not here.
So far, none of the auditing was done as yet. But one last thing, Mr. Lall. I'm not sure if I heard right, if I heard Winston Jordan said that they audited the 5 million, but this government or some government did not let out the results of the audit. You heard anything about that?
Sir, 2 points you made here. You didn't get me the last one. The last one I was telling you that we are not hearing a word from these people where audit is concerned.
But
now you're talking about if we did any audits. No, sir. The 460 million 2015 pre-contract cost was not audited.
Okay, then I will try to find that clip.
Wait. 2017, another 500 million US dollar, which took it to almost $1 billion, 960, was not audited by the coalition government. Let me move on. As to 2019, up to 2019, 9.5 billion American dollars costs for Lisa 1 and 2 were not audited, and time passed under both the coalition and this PPP government. So we are talking about all those money were not audited. Now we have, let me go again. Now we have another 9.5 billion on the third project to audit. And we got less than 1 year to audit it. And what are we hearing from Jagdeo? He is disappointed we don't have people to audit. This is how...
I understand all of that.
Yes.
But what I'm telling you, there's a show, I think it was Mark Benchop's show, where Winston Jordan said that the audit was done.
Sir.
I'm just telling you, yeah.
I have made it clear to you there, man.
I'm not picking up. I don't believe him. I'm just telling you the lies that they spew out.
Oh, buddy, I just made it very clear to you. Can we move on to something else?
Okay. The next thing is more like a joke. If I believe the solution to Guyanese problem is whoever win the election, they get paid for the job, let the opposition run the country. Because I'm telling you, when these people are in the opposition, they have all the answers. They know how to do everything. Both parties, PPP and APNU. So when they lose the election, let them run the country and earn their, and maybe they'll be voted in the next time if they do a good job. Because it's ridiculous. They have all the answers when they're in the opposition. They get into power, they forget everything. That's my take for the night. Thanks.
Thank you. Yes, sir?
You know, after listening to them, brother, I want to be fair. I do feel that we need a new government to set up, and the people have to come together. We tried PNC, they fail us. We tried the PPP, they fail us. We try APNU, they fail us. It's time for we to stop the nonsense and come together and find a new leadership, a new party to save this country.
That's a difficult thing.
All right? It is not really difficult. The people will come together.
My friend, let me tell you something. We have good people in the PNC party.
And the PPP.
You have good people in the PPP party. And I think you have one or two good ones in the AFC. But the leadership of the parties is what have this country where it is. It's the leadership, my friends.
It's not a common.
Every Guyanese can be happy if they have the right leadership in this country. You know, there are some country the people are getting everything.
You might see another political party spring up with a head that become worse than them this. So it's like, where are you heading? It's not an easy thing to get.
There's a problem with
Right?
governance.
Yeah, the governance is a problem, and you got the problem.
It's not just a political problem, it's a problem with governance. Even the way the Constitution is set out, there's too much power in the hands of these people.
Exactly.
For instance, we don't even have a function like a referendum system. If one of these ministers, say for instance, the nonsense that Trotman did with this deal initially, if we had some kind of checks and balance within the Constitution to say that this person has done something so egregiously wrong that we have to stop this right now and we have to correct it. We don't have anything like that. So these ministers have all this power vested in them. And whatever they do with it, they have no accountability. They're not forced to defend their actions. Nobody scrutinizes anything. So it's not just a problem with politics. It's about governance too.
I understand everything what you're saying, but the people's got the power. Like the late Walter Rodney says, the people's power, no dictator. I have traveled along the African coast and many other countries. The people got to make the decision, but when you're divided by color of skin or religion, we got major problem.
Yes.
It's time for the pandits, the imam, and the priest to come together and let the congregation know heaven is full of hypocrites, and nobody's going anymore. Tell the people the truth. How long does a man live on earth? 70 years, 70. Some live a little longer, drugging. Since we born in this country, we have been begging. We beg for everything. When will we stop begging?
Yes,
You know, if you get rid of the PPP, you put APNU, same thing.
One second. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Hi, Mr. Lall. How are you, sir?
Yes, good evening.
You've been talking about a movement by the people for several months. We have suggested a name for the movement. It's called Our Wealth, Our Country, OWOC. For 55 years, our people are suffering under this corrupted environment. It's time that we, the people, take back our country.
Yes.
Mr. Lall.
Well, I agree with you. I agree with you.
Mr. Lall, we think that we are going to be in the right. We are going to be the right to lead this movement and to clean up corruption. Are you willing to take the responsibility to do so?
To do what?
To clean up the corruption or stop these corrupted people from doing what they're doing, and lead this movement.
I can. I am ready to lead the movement to bring about a change. A change to every one of these contracts. I am there. You want me in the forefront? Yes, I'll be there.
Yes, sir. Well, that's what the people need. The people need a new leader who's honest, who's having integrity, and who said what he means and means what he says.
Yes.
I hear you. Like I said, we have to, but the only thing is that we have to let the people, we have to get the people to understand that. And let's work towards that.
I am trying
That's a
my
good way.
best to let
That's a
that
good
happen.
way.
Thank you.
That's a good way. You're welcome. Bye. That's a good thing. You gotta have a movement
quickly,
to really wake up this
Glenn, you notice how quickly Harman come out to defend Winston Jordan. He can't defend the Guyanese people with that lousy oil contract that Exxon is raping us and robbing every single Guyanese. And he's claiming how the people victimize their supporters. What ExxonMobil is doing to his supporters and to every single Guyanese, he can't say anything about that. But he's quick to defend Winston Jordan.
But ExxonMobil, Bernard, and all the foreign people that is in this land, that Harman and the Trotman allowed in here, right, is not only insulting, embarrassing, and degrading the afternoon or coalition supporters.
Every single
alone.
Guyanese.
It's every single Guyanese.
Right, but he
and you rightfully say he's not finding his tongue.
right, he's quick to come out and defend Winston Jordan.
Winston Jordan, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because Winston Jordan is one of his brothers.
Well, both him and Winston Jordan,
Brothers in one cocoon.
they are treasonous though. Acting against the Guyanese people is treason. You understand? What they do with in collaboration with our company is treason.
Yes.
You see what's happening here? Every time you corner a minister, if it's an Apnu and he happened to be an Afro-Guyanese, you blame the other side. It becomes a racial issue. If you challenge an Indian on the other side, that the other thing, you don't like the Indian. It is time for Guyanese to come together and find an answer to this. We cannot continue like this. We are living in America, Canada, elsewhere. I wouldn't blame Exxon or the Chinese or nobody. They're business people. They're like a hawk. They're looking for the best gift. We got to blame our father or mother who giving it away. This is the time for Indian and black, the two races to come together quick.
We also have
All right?
We also have to blame the older folks, our parents.
Uneducated.
Because what they're doing, they're just spewing out this hate and this divisiveness. Right?
You see,
and they defend the party no matter what
yes,
they say and do.
this party.
They defend
Oh,
the-
we are from this party.
Right.
Oh, we are from that party. Oh, we are Christians. Oh, we are Hindus. Oh, we are Islam. Oh, we are this. Oh, we are that. You know? Oh, we are Africans. Oh, we are Indians. Oh, we are Amerindians. And this is what unless we begin to see Guyana as a thing that belongs to we, the Guyanese people, trust me, we are not going to. And this is the kind of division and hate the party people has been doing for all these years.
Yeah, Glenn.
You know, I really thought when the coalition, when AFC jumped up, I thought they would have bring about a real change between the two of them.
All of us thought so.
My
Glenn.
God,
You
they
know-
went in there and they gone back.
They did worse.
Yes, they
They did
made it
worse.
worse.
Glenn, you ever tried to put a mongoose and a snake in the same cage? Try it and see what will become of you.
No, they wouldn't.
Glenn, one quick thing.
Yeah, but what you hold one second. I want to answer that question. You cannot equate animals with human beings.
Well,
I believe. I
agree with you, Glenn.
I believe we can live together, we can eat together, we can work together as one people.
We have been doing
I
Because
respect that.
Wait. I detest that what you said just now because I have been running this newspaper business for the last 27 years.
Yes.
And you go downstairs and check the staff that I have here.
No, well,
So
human
I'm
is
just telling
different.
you.
No,
I am
respect-
just telling you.
The
I
way-
am just telling you.
the way these ministers think and what happened between the two major parties. And if you look carefully, when this country get independent, there were 7 East Indian cross the floor.
It's a show.
Now, you notice the crossing steady. Then we had the UF, we had WPA, we had many other parties.
Yeah, but I don't want to go back to
No,
politics,
no.
man.
They
We move
apply
on.
pressure on them. Now they all come together.
It's a show.
Where are the
It's a
vision?
show.
Where are the
It's a
dreams?
show. They're all together.
Where we are today, my friend, I want to look past yesterday.
Yes.
I respect
I
all
am
of that.
looking at today and tomorrow.
Yes.
That's why the brothers
Don't tell me
say.
about yesterday.
That's what the brothers
and
say.
I know that it can happen. I know changes can happen.
Changes are coming,
Islam.
without a doubt.
And it
Changes
must
are
happen.
coming.
Awesome. Definitely agree with you, Glenn.
You see what both of them
Right.
doing? Okay.
1 second. Good evening, sir.
Hey, good evening to you, Mr. Lall. How are you?
All right, how you keeping?
I'm fine. I just want to be very brief.
Go ahead.
I'm glad you raised that issue tonight about going to the hospital and those doctors charging you $5 before they even see you in their offices. Sir, you went to India, you went to Chennai and those places.
Yeah.
When you were in Chennai, if you go to the Apollo Hospital, which is one of the best hospitals in the world, when you go to the hospital, you don't even have to pay $2 to see a doctor in the night. I'm so happy that you raised that issue tonight. I am so happy that you raised that issue tonight. And I hope the Guyanese people are listening. You go to one of these private hospitals, you don't even see a doctor, and they want 25 US.
Yep.
And when you're going to see the doctor, they give you some cheap medication from India or China to kill you. My friend, keep doing the good work. May God bless and keep you.
Thank you.
Namaste to you in the Kaieteur News.
Namaste to you too. Long time I haven't heard from you. Stay well.
You will be hearing from me more, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Stay well. God bless. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
No, well, what I'm saying, like the brother said to you earlier, start it together and let the people come together and let's have our movements going.
We gotta have a movement.
You know?
Yeah, you must have a movement. If we don't have a movement, we will not move anywhere. We will not go anywhere. We have to. We have to. And I'm beginning to feel it, you know. I'm beginning to even taste it. I'm beginning to see it, the tremendous change. You know, this afternoon a man sent me a photograph, a fisherman, and he said he was out there 15 miles from here. And there's the water out there's black. Oil all over.
Produce water.
All over. And I'm like, you sure, man? You come, you sure, you give me the picture. I'm like, wow. And here I am. The man said he spent 19 days and came back to shore with 9 snapper. So I asked him, I said, when your boss don't take out his expenses, if he get back his expenses, what you taking home? The scale and the skin for your family to eat? And he laughed. He said, buddy, we are not making nothing. And it's today, this afternoon, I will learn that a fisherman used to take home at least $200,000 a month to his family 2 years prior to today. And now they can hardly take home $30,000 a month. Right? And he says there's a big spill going on out there. And I'm like, what else do I do? What else do I say? Right? They film it, they took pictures, they have it, and I don't know what to do. This country doesn't know what to do. And our leaders not saying anything.
Get on the streets. That's what we have to do with the phones.
The leaders not telling us not a single word.
Their buckets of
right? And we need to get out into the streets.
Yes, we do.
We need to get out into the streets, my friends. Joshua?
Yes, sir.
You gonna join me?
Of course I will.
I gotta go. I gotta go, guys. It's Friday.
It is.
So, please, enjoy your weekend. And thanks for listening. Don't forget, unless we stand as one people, one Guyanese, not who is Muslim, Hindu, Christian, or Buddha. One people, not PPP, not PNC, not AFC. One people. Guyanese. Put that first. And we can make things change overnight. Do have a blessed, peaceful, and great weekend.